Baseball season has started, and before you go into the season, there's always expectations: who's going to do well, who's going to do poorly. You know, you know, on TV and radio, you hear your Super Bowl, your World Series predictions, and all this kind of stuff. Is it possible in the last 10 years, at least to this point in the season, we're only a month in or so, but that there's a bigger disappointment than the New York Yankees?
Oh man, this
Yeah,
breaks
really.
my heart early on in the season. I'm wearing a Yankee hat. I got my boys, but so I got a ton to say here about this friggin' embarrassment of a start.
Listen, they're tied for the worst record in the American League, and they're one game out of the worst record in all of baseball behind Colorado.
Okay, so what? We're 17 games in.
Yeah,
about 3 weeks in. I think 3 weeks from the opening day started. Is it the end of the world? No.
No.
Are they eventually gonna hit and come back to earth? Yes. Are they gonna get some guys back in the lineup in the pitching staff? Yes. However, this team looks dead, dude. They look lifeless. Yeah. I don't know how much baseball you watch at this point. I don't know. I don't know if you get more Philly games and Yankees down in where you are, but this team is dude. They're not running hard down the first baseline. They're throwing the ball. They're kicking the ball in the outfield. They're a mess.
Yeah.
And what gets me scared about this team too is, like I said, all that stuff. They're going to come back. I said it a couple weeks ago. You always play back to the back of your baseball card. Like your averages always equal out. You always come back to what you are. And this team's gonna do that. But this is the team that you see in the playoffs year after year. Are they gonna have enough starters? Is their bullpen gonna make it through? All of that ends up being true, and their lineup shits the bed.
Yeah, this is what bothers me. This is what bothers me.
One guy hit, it's nuts.
The Yankees have gone full on Moneyball analytics, and this is the epitome of an analytics fail. And yes,
oh my God!
If anybody's out there thinking we're saying that this is going to be one of the worst teams in baseball this year, of course they're not. They're going to be fine. Yeah, no, right? No. They're going to be fine.
Yeah,
but the problem with analytics is that people are not numbers, and we don't do the same thing to the same level every day. I may be a 30 home run guy. You don't know when the home runs are coming.
Well said.
I may not hit one this month, and then I may hit one 5 straight games. Like, this is the problem. Like, there's zero with analytics. When you're going full on analytics, and this is where the Yankees are right now, it's home runs, walks, strikeouts, or nothing. Like, this is it.
Double play. Ton of double plays too. What? They're not getting the ball in the air.
It's actually, to me, more than anything, above the Yankees' poor play, is it's killing the sport because it's uninteresting as shit. Home runs are nice when there's guys on base. Home runs are nice when it's the 9th inning. Home runs are not nice when it's 7 strikeouts and then a home run and then 7 strikeouts. Like, there's got to be more to baseball than just playing the numbers. And they're playing the numbers, and the numbers suck. And now your numbers don't mean shit. And there's got to be more to it than that. Analytics should be a tool. It shouldn't be your sole deciding maker, or else you don't need managers. You don't need coaches. Yeah. So I think it's an analytics fail. And I agree with you totally. They're probably going to end up being first place in American League East, and they're going to win lots of games, and things will be fine. But the problem is, when things don't go your analytical way, they have nothing else to fall back on. They have no speed. They have no base running. They don't play small ball. They can't, there's no adjustments to be made. You know, Mickey Mantle back in the day, if he wasn't hitting, he would lay a bunt down or he would slap the ball the other way. Why? Almost just to, jog your brain a little bit, just to get out of the same rut. And this is the problem with analytics. You're stuck in a rut.
Reset things a little bit.
Yeah, you got to have some kind of flexibility, man. Steal a base. That sounds crazy. Do something to mix it up. There's no mix it up. It's just play the numbers.
That's it. And they're milking these pitchers back to life, which I get. You can't throw Kluber and Tyon 120 pitches. They haven't pitched in 2 years. I get that. It sucks when everything happens at one time. They all slump together. They're milking 3 pitchers back to life at once. You're missing 2 guys in a bullpen at once.
Yep.
And it becomes boring baseball. Yes. So A couple things with Cashman. You know, they're saying, "Oh, fire Boone." Well, if you fire Boone, you got to fire Cashman because I don't think Boone's doing a lot of managing. Baseball managing is no more.
But this is what I'm saying.
It's all coming from upstairs.
Yeah, it's all analytics now. So what would be different? Why would it be any different if it's just a matter of numbers and playing by the numbers? The guy doesn't matter.
Guy doesn't matter.
See, the guy matters if it's sometimes it's feel, sometimes it's like, hey, well, you always let this guy hit away. Yeah, but you know what? He's slumping right now. Let's have him slap one the other way. Like, let's have him lay down a bunt. That's what you need a manager for. Right now, if you're playing all not by the numbers, the manager doesn't matter.
Nope.
So what the hell's that going to do?
I hated the fact that, you know, this has been touched on, you know, me and my buddies. I don't think there's one guy in our group that likes Stanton. And listen, he's not a bad guy. He brings no off-the-field drama, and that's great. But, dude, you got the same exact guy in Aaron Judge, and they both have trouble staying on the field. Yeah. And now they're both staying on the field, and they both are slumping. And the fact that Stanton doesn't play the outfield because he gets a fucking hangnail, and then he can't play for 3 weeks, 3 months, it's a joke to me. It
totally is.
And I know their original plan was to have him play left field, but then he can't play left field.
Yeah.
So now you have a 38-year-old guy that's probably the light and fire on this friggin' team in Garner, the guy that's in the lineup every day that can play, the guy that can play multiple outfield positions, the guy that maybe can lay down a bunt if you want him to, the guy that can steal a – the only guy on the team that has a World Series ring from the Yankees. That's sad to me. That's embarrassing to me.
Like, and there was talk about getting rid of him in the offseason.
And they probably came 12 days from not – going to spring training without him. That's how late they signed the guy.
Yeah.
So, and I'm ranting here a little bit because I'm invested in this team. I have a Yankee package. I'm at these friggin' Friday night games, my free time, a lot of friggin' money, parking, beers, whatever the hell it is.
Beers.
So when I'm sitting,
beers,
more beers and maybe some whiskey. But listen, but no, dude. It's friggin' annoying to me that I have to watch some games last year or 2 years ago, because last year the world shut down. 2 years ago, I'm watching friggin' Mike Tauchman, friggin' Cameron Maybin, and Brett Garner playing the outfield. And then now 2 years, we got everybody back and we're 6-11. Dude, what are we doing, man? Like,
lost 5 straight games.
And the bullpen's been
or 5 out of the last 6.
Been great. The bullpen's been great, but you're gonna roast them. You're gonna roast these guys pitching 5 guys a night. Because and then when Cole doesn't pitch well, you want to talk about pressure on that guy's shoulders. When Cole doesn't pitch well, now you're really screwed.
Yeah.
Then where you getting wins from? Then where you getting your innings eaters from? Dude, it's again. I know I'm getting fired up and I'm ranting. I'm seriously not panicked yet, but dude. You don't start beating up on these bad teams. Where do you go? Where do you go?
Listen, there's a difference between panicked and concerned, and anyone would be concerned right now, because it's not just a 10-game stretch. It's your entire start of the season, and frankly, the beginning of the season is when you come out excited. You know, you think you're fresh, you're healthy. You know, everything's as it should be. It's as the summer goes on and it gets hot and there's a grind and you just drag an ass. That's when you think there's problems. Not in the first week of the season. So there's a concern. And then again, as I was stating, there's a concern with this just full-blown analytics, and there's no other way to make decisions. You need to be able to adjust sometimes, dude. You need to be able to adjust. Yeah. You need the other team has analytics too, and they know what you're trying to do. So sometimes you just got to do the opposite, just to do the opposite, so that you're not predictable.
So.
I just think they're stuck. That's another thing. I think they're stuck right now.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because you want to talk about a team that's in your head, and nope, it's not the Red Sox.
Tampa, right?
It's not the Indians. The Tampa Bay Rays are in your head. You're, like you said, we're 3 weeks into the season, and last Friday we were 2 weeks into the season, and you're playing the Rays on a Friday night. You had off on Thursday, and you're going to start an opener? Why the hell are you out thinking the room for? You had a day off. You have fresh guys out of the back end of your rotation. Dude, start one of those guys that are coming off the injury. Okay, he gives you 5. Dude, you're not starting a guy that gives you 1.
But that's not what the numbers say.
But then the Rays start an opener, right? They start a righty, then they go to a lefty. So that makes Boone think, all right, I got to change my lineup here. The Yankees starting opener. The guy barely gets out of the first inning. They go righty to righty. So the Rays keep their lineup in all the time and pummel their ass. The Rays are, dude, you got the highest payroll in baseball, or number 2 now to the Dodgers. Play your game, dude. Play your game. Like, stop out thinking dude, it's driving me crazy. The Rays are in your head. The team, you got a devil ray on your jersey, bro. You're not tough. Like, what do you do? Like, come on, man. Like,
I think we got to.
I'm hating on Fish.
I think we got a BnR clip right here. This one probably going to be the first one. Scotty's first Yankees rant. I love it.
There might be more at this rate. I might call you personally on the weekend if this keeps up.
Listen, they got some work to do, especially when you consider out on the West Coast, you got the Dodgers who won the World Series. They're considered the best team. They're who you think you're going to be playing if and when you make the World Series, and they are lighting it up. They came out of the box the exact opposite of the Yankees. They're scoring runs. Yep. They're doing all these things. They're pitching. Clayton Kershaw is their third best pitcher, which is bananas on any baseball team. So,
dude,
I got to think that some of this stuff. Listen, I know these guys are savvy enough and they're professional enough to not let all these things play on their head all the time. But I got to think it bothers them a little bit sometimes. And you can get in your own head in this sport because they play every day, more or less every day. And and then I just, again, I it's like I'm beating a dead horse here, but the analytics are sometimes wrong. Now, again, so here's the thing. Again, I'm just repeating myself, but I don't really care. It should be a tool, just like for a football coach, and they do quasi-analytics in the NFL now, but you still have to go by feel. You still have to go by what's going on. And things change, and there's a rhythm of the game, and what's working and what's not, and how's the flow, and my quarterback has it today, my quarterback doesn't have it today. The other team is... It should be a tool. This should all be a tool because we're humans and we're not robots. We're not, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminators, and we can't predict exactly how we're going to be each and every day in each and every game. So sometimes you just got to be able to adjust. And if Aaron Boone should be fired for anything, it's that he's shown an inability to adjust. And maybe that's his fault, and maybe it's not. But regardless, something with that needs to change, and we need to get back to a little bit of that human element in a human sport. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it, man. I mean, why bother having coaches? Or why bother having... You're not managing it. You call it a manager. You're not managing anything. You're just pressing a button on a computer. You're Google.
Yeah.
You can use some just like MIT nerd to tell guys what to do, and it's just not baseball. It's a sport. It's people, and things change and things evolve and things have to. There has to be some kind of flexibility there.
You talk about the Dodgers. They're hitting and running. They're making diving catches to win the game. I'm watching Twitter the next day. I'm going, what? I'm like, this used to be. Aaron Judge won't even dive for a ball now.
Yeah.
They told him, Aaron, don't dive. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna miss games. Dude, I played football for you. I played softball with you. Dude, I was diving every chance I got to do. Like, dude, what are you?
It's why you play. To make exceptional plays is why you play.
Your dad, like old school, like, dude, are you? Yeah. Aaron, listen, if your foot hits the winning track, maybe take it. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, I can't even fathom that this is real life.
To your original point there's one team looks like they love playing baseball, and the other one looks
robotic.
They don't really want to be out there. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I'm certain things will change, but it doesn't spark enthusiasm. That's for sure. It doesn't make you want to go to the ballpark. What you're seeing, what you're seeing out of the Yankees right now, it doesn't make you enthusiastic about going to the ballpark. That's for sure.
Well, dude, that's nail on the head. Because I'm getting emails from my ticket guy. Hey, listen, you're getting refunded from every Friday game that you don't go to because of the restrictions. But hey, listen, here's 4 tickets in section 100 for my nephew, my left arm, and whatever. Dude, I'm not going to pay to see this. I'm not going to pay. I'm not even thinking about it yet. Like I was talking to my brother last night about it. And I'm like, do I want to sit there in 38-degree weather and pay $15 a beer to watch this team get 5 singles? What, are you kidding me?
I'll finish with this. There's a big difference between empty seats in a stadium because of COVID and empty seats in a stadium because you stink. And right now, those empty seats are because nobody wants to see a team play bad baseball.